Alright, well I did get an alert on my phone. Apparently something has shown up at the door. It's got some stickers on it. But yeah, so this, let me shut the truck off real quick. Alright, so apparently what's arrived at the door for today, you can see it's right over there. Got some stickers on it. And yeah, based upon the email, yeah, it's cold out, man. Or based upon the information that I was given, I need to take appropriate steps before heading over to that package. I need to take some appropriate steps. So anyways, today on RC Guy Garage, if you want to see what's inside that box that I'm being cautious with, stay tuned. Stay tuned, God. I don't know what we got here. Oh, I popped a little close to Jaguar. All right. Well, I got some stuff here that I gotta go ahead and throw on before I touch that, whatever it is. Alright, so I am suited up and I am ready to go ahead and check out what's inside that box over there. You can see I've got some kind of like an outfit going on here. Well, it's because of what I was told. I was told that, you know, there was a reason for the delay. So I'm gonna go ahead and check out and see what's inside that box over there. Man, I hope I'm gonna be alright. Pray for me. Well, kind of seems like we're safe here, but I did have to do one thing. Alright, coming over. What we got here? I don't know, man. We got some activity. Alright, so I guess I'm safe. So you can see we've got a box here. It's got a couple of labels on it. We do have a service alert, and that is only because it does have lithium batteries in it, and it was accepted by DHL. On this side of the box, we have got model number AM X12T, made in China. Got the new buggy from Rlaarlo or Rlaarlo, whatever you want to call it. It could be Rlaarlo, it could be Rlaarlo. Still have no idea how the name of this company is pronounced. So the reasons why this product is late getting here, the excuses that I was given was the obviousness of that, was that a 5-letter word? You know what word I'm talking about. It's the word that you can't say anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like, you say it and like, I don't know. It's all fake, guy. No, I'm just kidding. So anyway, that was the reason why this was delayed, was because of that 5-letter word. People seem to be excuse using 24/7 around the planet. Seems to be like that's the new way of being able to excuse the reason for delays of literally anything. Yeah, well, whatever. So we're gonna see what's inside this box. You wanna see what's inside this box? I know that I do. Stay tuned, because here we go. And you gotta let me know, was that at least kind of like funny? I hope it was, man. It took a lot to do that. So what we've got here, like I said, is the new 1/12 scale. This is a 1/12 scale car. The last one that I got, or the last two that I got, were the 1/14 scale guy. They had the 1/16 scale buggy, which was brushless, and then they also had the 1/16 scale truggy, which is effectively the same exact platform with just some minor changes. Whoa, going down. Houston with dead stick. Oh, what? Package is right there. All right. So here we go. Let's see what we got here. All right, there we go. So this is a very unique way of doing this. I thought this was actually pretty stinking cool how they went ahead and decided to package this out. It has got its own case. Now this doesn't look like a junk case either. This is from, see, it's from the Rlaarlo or Rlaarlo. It is the brushless version. Brushless version, I guess maybe they have a brush version, but you can see right there, 1/12 scale 4-wheel drive. And then they do have Amaryl, something like that. Again, not sure how to exactly pronounce that, but they do have the Amaryl as well. So I'm gonna go and pop this little slide cover off here, hopefully without destroying stuff. And like I said, this is a pretty sharp looking case, man. So they're really putting some thought into this with what you're getting. So let's It's got a nice zippered, protected zippered opening. So it's got a nice protected zippered opening, revealing what's inside. And there we go. So we've got the car. There's a notice on it right away. Ah, it's got some beef to it. Feels like it's going to be like a planted car. It's got those small body clips. It's in a kind of like an odd carbon fiber yellow to orange fade with some blue in there. There is a note. The notice is it has a clear wrap that protects the body. It does have orange wheels. They're called the Furious wheels. Underneath, we're looking at a carbon fiber. Something's shaking around in there. Looking at a carbon fiber chassis, so very similar to what they did with the 1/16 scale car that they had. There is a wing in the box. Obviously is not pre-installed. I wonder if this truck can be, or this car can be in here with the wing installed. That'll be interesting to see. We do have a new radio from our Rlaarlo. You can see you've got a little brake caliper there. It's not a foam steering wheel, but that's not necessary. You can see that the controller is kind of like ergonomic. It has the steering wheel kind of like kicked off to the side. It is a, jeez, what are we looking at for radios? It's a 4-channel radio. So it does have a 3rd and a 4th channel up top here. There is a power button on the bottom here. And it looks like somehow this flips up. And I don't see the tether, but it does allow you to have a tether that goes around your neck. Power button there. It has dip switches, so you can adjust something on this with these dip switches. You can see we've got normal. Looks like there was a place for 2 of them, but you've got normal and reverse. So up is in reverse. So channel 1 is reversed, and the other channels are set to normal. We have a steering rate button. We have a reverse button, which it goes from 0 to 100. We're at 75. It has a throttle button, which right now, currently, that is set in the middle, and it has a steering left and right button, which is slightly kicked to the left. So definitely a different looking radio. It's kind of neat. It's got like a textured carbon fiber-ish kind of feel here. Definitely has like that carbon fiber look. Batteries, we're looking at, it's either going to be 3 or 4. Looking at 4 double, oh, look at that. There is a major positive right there. You can actually put in, see, that's what I like about stuff like this. So with this, you can put in a rechargeable pack. The interesting thing to know would be to figure out how to pop this little case out, but check that out. You can go ahead and put in a rechargeable pack. That's kind of cool. So the battery was what was flopping around inside. So very similar to the setup that we had before, except for the fact that now it comes with a 6-channel receiver. Check that out. That's got a 6-channel receiver on that thing. And look at that antenna, man. Pretty slick. It does have the Rlaarlo or Rlaarlo little fan there. The sticker's offset. Does have a capacitor. I think this is a 45 amp ESC, I believe. I don't see anything indicating what it is, but obviously you can see that that is a brushless motor. It is a 3200 kV brushless motor. It does have an adjustable motor mount. However, what I'm noticing right away is on that adjustable motor mount, that is adjusted all the way out. What I'm thinking is this is probably max speed, the way it's set up. Seeing that where those are. So anyway, as you can see, it's got an adjustable motor mount. So I'm assuming that whatever gear is in here is probably going to be the max gear that you can fit. It does have a little micro servo, and I wouldn't go running this thing in the water because I'm not going to say that this thing is waterproof, but shouldn't be running a buggy like this in the water anyway. Oh, I can see right away. This does have a slipper clutch. So this does have an adjustable slipper clutch. How the heck would you get to it? Yeah, so this does have a slipper clutch. So it looks like you might have to take off this whole center brace possibly to get to that. You can see the nut right there. There's a nut right there. So we are a slipper clutch design. We have the upgraded axles. All right, so we've got the upgraded axles for this particular truck. So they were working on upgrades for the other vehicles, and it looks like what they did is they incorporated that in this one. Now, that's not saying that these aren't gonna break. It is dog bone in the rear and CV in the front. So we do have a CV joint in the front, dog bone in the rear. I can see that it does have metal hexes in the both front and rear. Oil-filled shocks, which this is orange. Carbon fiber for the shock towers. This is where I came across with a little bit of an issue with mine, and I ended up breaking mine on the first bad wreck. It broke an ear off because I was running on pavement, and I had a pretty bad accident. So we do have carbon fiber tie bar that's going from left to right. Does have an adjustable servo saver down there. Everything on this buggy is also adjustable. So you can adjust your toe, you can adjust your camber. You can also adjust your camber in the rear. Toe is non-adjustable in the rear. Looks like we're also upgraded in this buggy to Hex style hardware. So in the last buggy, if I remember right, everything was Phillips. So this one we're working with Hex hardware. It looks like throughout the entire truck. That's not too bad. Power switch is a little bit kind of stuffed in there. It's in the right-hand side of the ESC. So, but that is cool having a separate ESC and receiver deal there. And being a 6-channel, that's kind of very surprising. That's very surprising. I do wish there was a fan here for the motor, but you know, we'll see. We'll see what's going on here. So, got the wing right here, body. So, also inside of here, we got some stuff. All right. So, we've got an Arrma, which is funny, Rlaarlo, but we got an Arrma. Reminder for beginners. Beginners are required to assemble the upgraded bumper. So this is for beginners. So there is that foam bumper that's with this, and they give you a product catalog, which is kind of cool. That's a good idea. So that's the one that I'm talking about right there. That truck was actually pretty cool out of the box. And then they've got the buggies on this side. So this one does come in a kind of almost looks like a blue flame look. So it's got the AM X12B, and this is the T. So the T must stand for teal, I'm thinking, because of that blue is like a teal color. And the B, I guess that would stand for blue. Oh, God. So that's the one right there. Oh, so it was a 1/14 scale, not a 1/16 scale. So that is the buggy right there that I had. That thing was mint. That thing was very quick. Got the Rlaarlo story here. Yeah, I'm not going to go ahead and read that stuff. We got some Rlaarlo stickers. Check that out. What do we got here? We got Racing Steer Series, No Limit Speed, Crazy Pistons. That's kind of funny. 24-hour customer service. That's kind of dumb. We got, well, I mean, it's good, but it's dumb. Rlaarlo or Rlaarlo 112 brushless four-wheel drive buggy, Racing Car School, Grand Prix Racing. Kind of funny. That'd be good for a kid, man, because who, you know, what kid doesn't like stickers? But that one's kind of weird. All right, so we've got a bag here. We've got an Arrma bag, not a Rlaarlo. It's funny. You got Rlaarlo or Rlaarlo, and then you've got Arrma, and then this is listed as an Arrma. Oh, the whole car is Arrma. All right, never mind. Whole car is Arrma. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and take what's in this bag and lay it out. All right, so inside the bag, check that out. What? Check it out, man. That's funny, man. What was I just saying about the front shock tower? That's definitely not the rear. That's the front shock tower. That is a riot, dude. They actually gave the front shock tower in metal. That was smart. That's very smart because that piece does break on, you know, impact. You've got some plastic hexes. These are a 12 millimeter. It's great because I've got some ideas for wheels to go on that thing. We've got a, Traxxas calls this a high quality toolkit. I don't know how high quality it is, but I do like the fact that this is at least chrome. Kind of gives a better appearance. And it looks like they gave 4 additional body clips in here. So 4 body clips. You got a wrench. You've got the foam bumper here. I may do a video installing this. I don't know. I know I'm not going to run it though because, you know, it just doesn't work out. We have got, I mean, it works out. It protects the vehicle when you're learning. So putting that right down in the radio is probably key. If you've got a new driver, just kind of crank that throttle down. That way They can't overspeed. So it does have a USB charger through the USB port. Yeah, USB port. USB port, but through the balance port. We do have an optional pinion gear. I'm going to go ahead and say that this is going to be a smaller tooth count gear, that whatever gear is in there is probably the high speed gear. So you're going backwards. So what is kind of neat about that, and that was an indication obviously where the motor was located on the mount. This works out because the idea that I have for this vehicle would probably need the smaller gear for more torque. We do have, these are front and rear A-arms. So we have front, you can see it's got a little bit more of an angle, and we've got rear. It also comes with pins. So it gives you pins. It looks like some kind of a spacer that might be for shocks, and it gives you some nuts. So it gives you some lock nuts, some kind of spacer, gives you 4 hinge pins. Yeah, all the hinge pins appear to be the same size, so not too bad. Then it has an instruction manual. Inside the instruction manual, check that out, a 6-channel receiver. And it's funny though, it says no function. So channel 5, channel 6, no function. So I wonder if they're ever going to come out with a radio that is 6-channel. Not that it's needed, but looks like channel 3 and 4 are active. So I wonder what you could go ahead and put on that. So like I was saying, it did have the dual rate steering. So you can see the needle is set on 25, goes from 0 to 100. And then we also have a throttle limiter. Like I had said, I believe this vehicle is set at, out of the box, it looked like it was set to 75. So out of the box, mine is set to 75. That doesn't mean that yours is going to be. So just keep that in mind. If you want full speed, you're obviously going to have to switch that up, change it to 100. And then obviously it has the steering trim for centering. Just some information. Now, the most important thing that I look for when grabbing one of these manuals is I go to the back. Aha, right there. I go to the back and I check and see what they've got for info in the back. So they're showing you how to put the wing on, assemble screws on the front wing arms. What? Oh, droop screws. It's got droop screws. Wait a minute. Droop screws where? Wait a minute. Oh, check that out. Totally didn't see this. It's got droop screws. All right. Assemble the screws on the rear arms and assemble the screws on the front arms. So let's see. Where would that go? Ah, there we go. There it is. Oops. The holes don't look like they're... the thing that I don't know about droop screws in the carbon fiber chassis is, depending upon, you know, how strong this carbon fiber chassis is, whether if it would destroy the droop section. The ears do hit the suspension arms in the front, and they do not hit in the rear. There is a gap. So there's a gap in the rear, but they do hit in the front. So just something to keep in mind. Like I said, these are oil-filled shocks. At least I think I said that, oil-filled shocks. We do have a sway bar installed on this vehicle. And we have a sway bar in the back as well. So I don't think that... Wait a minute. These... Yeah, no, the carbon fiber shock tower is definitely different. Kind of wish they would throw in both, but I think I get the reason why they didn't throw in both was because, at least for myself, I had an issue with the front snapping off. So they basically took care of that by giving you the front. And that's probably all you're going to need. So I do like how they did their routing. They did a pretty dang good job routing their wires, keeping everything kind of like out of the way and in place. They've got that whip kind of out there. You do have an adjustable tie rod there for your steering. Like I had already said, you do have an adjustable servo saver. It does have carbon fiber A, B, C, and D blocks. So all the pin blocks are carbon fiber as well. Yeah, this looks like a pretty cool buggy, man. The battery... Looking at the battery here, the battery is a 7.4, so it's 2S pack, 2800 milliamp pack. So, and I've got a couple of these now, so that'll be kind of cool because I'll be able to run this thing for quite a while. So the other thing inside the manual that I look for is obviously parts, and I did see that. So it does have parts, does have part numbers. It even gives you another storage case. You wanted to go ahead and grab that. We've got differentials. Looks like we're looking at metal gears, which is great because this is a brushless buggy, ESC motor, all that stuff. Yeah. And that's also the motor mount too. You can see it's adjustable. Two different bodies. I'm not talking to you.
Sorry, I thought I heard my name.
No, you didn't. All right, so there we go. Basically showing how to take apart this RC. This is important. So for someone that's not sure of themselves, or they don't have a good memory, at least they've got a way of being able to take apart this RC here. Even talks about the sway bars here. Rear diff, I think. Yep, rear diff. No, that's the front diff. Front diff, rear diff. Wow, right down, stripped down, right to the chassis. Jeez, even giving detailed information. Look at all the details we've got here. Look at all the details, man. Now, this is the right way to do a manual. Tires? Yeah, I wonder. Tires. Okay, tires are glued. Just wanted to check. Thought they had mentioned something about tires not being glued. That kind of seems a little loose. Well, about the same as the front. What's the looseness here from? Looseness is actually inside the hub. But just a cheap little car. It's probably fine. Not too bad. Seems pretty even. The rear might need a little bit of adjustment here because I can see that the rear is kind of hitting down a little bit more, and then once this battery is installed, it's going to place a little bit more weight to that back. So I'm going to go ahead and get this wing on. It does look like a pretty cool buggy. Tires themselves, probably good for an indoor carpet track or running inside the house. You run this thing on pavement, the pavement is going to eat these tires alive because these tires don't look like they're really designed for longevity on pavement. But on carpet, this thing would probably be mint. Steering servo's got kind of a neat noise to it. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go ahead and just plug this in real quick. I'm going to throw some batteries in here, plug this in, and then just see what we got for the servo. See what the servo sounds like. While I was opening this up, right? Because obviously I talked about, you know, it's got the wires here, so you can probably pop out this tray, somehow pop out this tray. What I did notice is, check this out. It's got a stop. It does have a stop. I mean, you can take it off. Oh, here I am, I'm breaking it now. But there is a stop. The stop is right there. That's pretty good. And that does allow you to be able to fit those batteries in. No problem. With the fact that it's got that cutout there, maybe they're intending for you to put a battery in there without taking out the tray. Now that I'm seeing it that way, because putting the batteries in, at least in the middle, it's a little bit kind of rough because you got to kind of, see how if you go to just like throw in a battery, normally you go like this. Obviously, you're not going to be able to get it in, so you'll have to kind of keep that up and then push. There we go. So let's check it out. We power this thing on. What do we got here? Check that out. Okay. Got a blue flashing light. Huh. Okay. Whoa, what? Why can't Traxxas do... Come on, Traxxas guy. Traxxas, you can't do that? Something simple like that, you guys couldn't have modified this remote to kind of like be this? All right. There is a button right there. Go ahead and hit that button. Why is it doing that? It's got kind of a loud operation here. Okay, so it's still beeping at me. Why is it beeping? You know what it could be? That might be low battery. That might be low battery. I'm right back. I'm going to figure out why that's beeping. I don't know how I missed this. I don't know how I missed it. So it's like in between where you put on the front bumper and the wing and the droop screws. There is a hole, and I'm going to call it a page, because technically if this was all on one page, it's got a troubleshooting thing here. So steering not working, so problem, vehicle can't move, short run time, limited steering, sluggish, range radio, steering throttle, Well, I'm not seeing anything that's saying anything about the radio, but it does have a pretty big troubleshooting section here. So it does have a pretty big troubleshooting section here. Vehicle cannot reverse. All right. I'm going to check the batteries and see if that's what the problem is. That is pretty cool, though. That's not registering anything. 1.9. Yeah, these batteries are dead. Yeah, that's why. All right, so this thing has a low voltage indicator. All right, low voltage indicator. Let's toss in some fresh batteries here. Let's see what we got. And this radio doesn't like to let the batteries go. Just smash the thing. That's why it's called the rugged, right? That just break it. Felt like I just broke it. This thing's a piece of garbage. 1.4. All right, so these batteries are better. I think my meter's going dead. Let's see what we got. Oh, no way. Is that a battery indicator? Did I miss that? Boy, if it's got an indicator, that would be kind of cool. Let's see what we got. Okay. And now it's saying that these batteries are fine. The batteries definitely were low. Maybe it just needed... There we go. All right, well, I think that's what that is. I think it's a low battery indicator. I'm just going to go ahead and just take it out the way it is. Obviously, I broke my rugged. Stupid piece of garbage, man. Total piece of garbage. Look at that. Both of them, both ends snapped. SPEKTRUM garbage, man. Oh, there it goes. All right. It's wigging out. All right. So these batteries are definitely too low. All right, I'll be back. Did go ahead and I plugged the battery in. Just wanted to give you an idea. This is what my charger does. Just going to give you an idea of where this battery was coming right out of the box here. So this is what it does. I am charging on 10 amps. It's probably going to drop down. Like it tests the cells or bumps it. There we go. All right, so the batteries kind of came in a little bit lower than what we're looking at. So they came in at like 3.8 volts is what this thing was charged at. So, I mean, that's not too bad. I mean, that's fine. So that's why the sticker is on the box. That's why that sticker right there is on the box. All right, so we're charging this thing up. We're gonna take it out for a quick little rip. Take it out for a quick little rip and we'll see what it does. It does sound kind of loud for what it is, but it could be carbon fiber, metal gears, I don't know, man. It definitely does sound loud. Kind of almost has like that Mod 1 like loudness to it. So yeah, next time you see me or next time you see this, it's gonna be outside, which is like seconds for you. This would be more like indoor kind of carpet track stuff.